I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Hello, everyone. So happy to be here today.
Okay, Jack, how are you doing?
I am doing really well. I had such a good morning, actually. I woke up at 7, had coffee at my desk, looked out at the garden, and just sat there in complete peace for about 20 minutes.
That sounds wonderful.
It was exactly what I needed before a busy day.
Jack, did you notice something about what you just said?
What?
You used about 8 prepositions in 5 seconds.
Did I?
At 7, at my desk, out at the garden, in complete peace for about 20 minutes before a busy day.
Oh, prepositions everywhere.
Everywhere. And that is today's topic. Because prepositions, these tiny little words, they are in almost every sentence you speak, every single day.
And most learners find them confusing. In or on or at, to or for or of.
But today, we are going to make them simple, natural, clear.
50 prepositions through real conversation. No lists, no grammar rules.
Just real situations, real stories, real English.
And before we start, please subscribe to Talk Emma. New episode every single day. Share this with one friend who always gets confused by prepositions.
Okay, 50 prepositions. Let's go. Okay, Jack, tell me more about your morning. You said you sat at your desk.
Yes, I woke up at 7, made coffee, and sat at my kitchen table, actually, not my desk.
At your kitchen table.
Yes, and I looked out of the window. The garden was so quiet in the early morning light.
In for a space or environment.
At the table, a specific point, a location. In the morning, inside a time period.
I will meet you at the cafe, specific point. I always feel calm in the morning, inside a time period.
And then on.
I had coffee on Monday morning. On for specific days. The cup was on the table, on a surface.
At, specific point or exact time. In, inside a space or general time period. On, a surface or a specific day.
3 prepositions, the most confused 3 in English. Now, side by side, inside one real morning.
I woke up at 7, exact time, at. In the morning, I feel best, general period, in. On Tuesday, I sleep a little later, specific day, on.
You have a very organized relationship with your mornings.
I really do. Now, after my peaceful morning, I had to get to work, and the journey, always an adventure.
Oh, tell us.
So I left my flat at 8:30. I walked along the main road, turned right past the old bookshop, and then walked through the park.
Along the road, past the bookshop, through the park.
Along, following the length of something. We walked along the river. She drove along the motorway.
Past, moving beyond something, going by it. We drove past the school. She walked past me without noticing me.
Through, moving from one side to the other, inside something and out the other side. We drove through the tunnel. She walked through the crowd.
3 direction prepositions, all in one morning walk.
And then I walked towards the bus stop, and I saw the bus pulling away from the curb.
Towards, in the direction of something, getting closer. She walked towards me. He moved towards the door.
Away from, moving in the opposite direction, getting further. He moved away from the noise. The dog ran away from the water.
And did you make the bus?
I ran across the road, jumped onto the bus just as the doors were closing.
Across, from one side to the other, crossing something. She swam across the lake. He ran across the street.
Onto, moving to a surface, getting on something. She stepped onto the stage. He jumped onto the bus.
And into.
Into, entering. She walked into the room. He got into the car.
Out of, leaving. She walked out of the building. He ran out of the room.
Into, entering. Out of, leaving.
Simple, clear, natural. Now, Jack, once you were on the bus, where did you sit?
I found a seat next to the window. There was a woman sitting opposite me and a man standing behind me holding onto the rail.
Next to, beside something, right alongside. She sat next to me. The cafe is next to the bank.
Opposite, directly across from something, facing it. She sat opposite me. The hotel is opposite the station.
Behind, at the back of something. He was standing behind me. The garden is behind the house.
In front of, at the front, before something. She was standing in front of me. The car parked in front of the house.
Above, higher than something, over it. The sign was above the door. The plane flew above the clouds.
Below, lower than something, under it. The temperature dropped below zero. The cafe is below the flat.
Between, in the middle of two things. She sat between her two friends. The shop is between the bank and the cafe.
7 place prepositions, all from one bus journey.
Public transport, the best classroom.
Now, at work, my day was busy. I had a meeting at 9. I worked until lunchtime. Had lunch with my colleague, Sophia.
At 9, exact time. At. Until lunchtime. Up to a point in time. Until.
Until, continuing up to a specific point, then stopping. I worked until midnight. She waited until he arrived.
By, no later than a specific time. Finish this by Friday. She was home by 10.
What is the difference between until and by?
Great question. Until, something continues up to that point. By, something must happen no later than that point.
I worked until 6. I was working continuously and I stopped at 6. I need this by 6. It must be done before or at 6, not after.
Until, duration, continuing up to. By, deadline, no later than.
I will be here until Friday. I am staying continuously until Friday. Send it by Friday. It must arrive before or on Friday.
Small difference, but very important.
And with Sophia. With for accompaniment. Doing something together. I went with my friend. She came with us.
Without, the opposite. Doing something alone. Without someone or something. I went without my umbrella. She left without saying goodbye.
With, together. Without, alone or lacking something.
Now, Jack, tell me about lunch with Sophia. What did you talk about?
We talked about the new project. She is really excited about it, although she has some concerns about the timeline.
About, concerning, relating to, on the subject of. We talked about everything. She's worried about the deadline. What do you know about this?
And for?
For, purpose, benefit, duration, reason. This is for you, purpose. I have lived here for 5 years, duration. Thank you for coming, reason.
Since, from a specific point in the past until now. I have been here since Monday. She has worked here since 2020.
For versus since, always confusing.
For, duration, how long. I have been waiting for 2 hours. 2 hours is the duration.
Since, starting point, when it began. I have been waiting since 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when it started.
For 2 hours, since 2 o'clock. Duration versus starting point.
And during.
During, throughout a period, inside an event or time. During the meeting, I took notes. During summer, we go to the coast.
During versus for, also sometimes confused.
During, inside a specific named event or period. During the film, she fell asleep. Inside the film.
For, a duration of time without a specific name. She slept for 2 hours. 2 hours is the duration.
During the film, for 2 hours.
Named event versus numbered duration.
When you say it like that, it is so clear. After lunch, I went back to my desk, and I had so much to do before the end of the day.
Before, earlier than, prior to something. Call me before you leave. I always stretch before exercise.
After, later than, following something. I will call you after dinner. She felt better after some rest.
Before and after, the 2 timeline prepositions. Simple, essential.
And I finished my report by 5 and left the office just after 5:30.
By 5, no later than 5, the deadline. Just after, very shortly after, almost immediately after.
She arrived just after me, almost at the same time, but slightly after.
Very natural, very precise, very useful. Now, Jack, tell me about your evening, because I feel like there is more to your day.
There is always more. So I got home, made dinner, and my friend Marco came over at around 7.
At around 7, approximate time. At with around for approximation.
I will be there at around 8, approximately, not exactly. She arrived at about 3, about, approximately.
At around, at about. Both natural, both very common. And Marco and I talked for hours about everything. His new job, my project, life in general.
For hours. Duration. How long? About everything. Concerning. The subject. In general. As a whole. Overall. Not specific.
In general, I prefer tea over coffee. Overall, as a rule. She is good at English in general. Overall, generally speaking.
In general, very useful expression, very natural in conversation. And Marco and I laughed despite being exhausted.
Despite, in spite of, even though something was the case. Despite the rain, we went out. She smiled despite being upset.
Despite, the situation did not stop something from happening.
Despite being tired, she finished the work. Being tired did not stop her.
Very expressive, very natural, shows character, shows determination.
And except.
Except, not including. Everything else but this. Everyone came except Marco. I eat everything except mushrooms.
Except leaving one thing out. Excluding.
She liked everything about the flat except the noise. Everything was fine, but one thing was not.
Now, Marco told you something interesting, I imagine.
He did. He told me he is traveling by train to Paris next week. He's going with his partner.
By, method of transport, how you travel. I travel by train. She came by car. He went by bike.
By train, by car, by plane, by bike.
But on foot, not by foot.
I walked there on foot, not by foot. On foot, always.
Small exception, but important. And to Paris, direction, destination. I'm going to work. She flew to Tokyo.
From, origin, where something started. She is from Italy. The train from London arrives at noon.
To, destination, where you are going. From, origin, where you came from. She flew from London to Paris.
From origin to destination, both in one sentence.
Very natural, very essential. You use these every single day. Now, some very common daily expressions, the ones that come up in every conversation.
In time versus on time. These two, always confused.
On time, exactly at the scheduled time, not late. The train arrived on time, exactly when expected. In time, early enough, before it's too late. We arrived in time for the film, before it started, not too late.
On time, punctual, exactly as scheduled. In time, not too late, early enough.
Small difference, big impact.
By mistake, accidentally, without intending to. I sent the wrong email by mistake. She broke it by mistake.
On purpose, deliberately, intentionally. You meant to do it. He did it on purpose. She said it on purpose to upset me.
By mistake, accident. On purpose, intention.
At least, minimum, the smallest positive aspect. At least it is not raining. At least I arrived.
At last, finally, after a long wait. At last, the weekend. She finally arrived. At last.
At least, minimum positive. At last, finally after waiting.
In the end, after everything, the final result. In the end, everything worked out. In the end, she decided to stay.
In common, shared between people or things. We have a lot in common. The two sisters have nothing in common.
In charge, responsible, leading, in control. Who is in charge here? She is in charge of the project.
On behalf of, representing someone, speaking for or acting for them. I am speaking on behalf of the whole team. She accepted the award on behalf of her sister.
10 daily expressions, all using prepositions, all completely natural. Now, one complete natural conversation, using prepositions throughout, the way real people actually talk.
Two friends planning a trip together.
Are you free on Saturday?
Yes, what are you thinking?
I was thinking about a day trip. We could go to that coastal town I told you about.
Oh, the one opposite the old lighthouse?
Exactly. We could go by train. It takes about an hour from the city center.
I love that idea. What time were you thinking?
We could leave at 9, walk along the seafront, have lunch at that little cafe next to the harbor.
Perfect. And be back by 6?
Easily. The last train leaves at 5:30.
I have been wanting to go there since last summer.
Me too. Despite the weather forecast being a bit uncertain, I think we should go anyway.
Absolutely. At least it won't be crowded in October.
Exactly. And even if it rains, we can find somewhere to sit in front of a warm fireplace.
I'm already looking forward to it. Shall I book the tickets?
Could you? Book them for Saturday morning, for both of us.
Done. I'll send the details through to you tonight.
Perfect. In the end, we always have a good time together.
We do. At last, a proper day out.
And did everyone hear the prepositions throughout? 22 prepositions, one natural trip planning conversation.
And nothing felt heavy. Nothing felt like a grammar lesson.
Just two friends making plans, naturally, warmly.
Because prepositions, when you learn them inside real situations, stop being confusing.
And start being just part of how you speak.
Naturally, automatically, without thinking.
Before we finish, I want to say something.
Say it.
50 prepositions. That sounds like a lot.
It does.
But you just heard them all, inside real stories, real mornings, real bus journeys, real conversations, real plans.
And not one grammar rule was announced.
Not one list was read out.
Just English, as it is actually spoken by real people every single day.
And the beautiful thing?
What?
You already know most of these prepositions. You've heard them before.
Today, you just heard them in context, in situations, in stories.
And that's how they stick, not memorized, but felt.
50 prepositions, all yours, starting today. If today's episode made English prepositions feel more natural,
Please like this video.
subscribe to Talk Emma,
Share this with one friend who always gets confused by prepositions.
and leave us a comment. Which preposition do you find most confusing? Write one sentence using any preposition from today.
We read every single comment, every one.
Thank you for being here. See you in the next episode. Until then,
Keep talking, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye, everyone.